Hi, I'm Al Sklover, and this is SkloverWorkingWisdom.com, the blog site that's dedicated to your success in navigating and negotiating for yourself at work. This is our latest video in our series of videos intended to inform you and to instill confidence in you and to inspire you to stand up for yourself at work when faced with problems or opportunities. Now, the title of this video, Over 50, 8 Ways to Keep Yourself Employed and Employable, is just that. 8 ways that I have found over the many years have helped my clients do the exact same thing. Now, I know from whence I speak. Not only do I have over 30 years experience on these issues, but I myself am over 50. In fact, to be quite honest with you, I'm over 60, and I have many years of experience doing this. That's just one illustration about those of us who are in our 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s actually have advantages that we can sell in the marketplace. Would you rather hire someone to a critical position who has 40 years experience or just 4? And that's my point. Now, those who are 50 and over have a problem that others don't have, and that is that people start to perceive you as less valuable for a number of reasons. Those over 50 have 2 jobs. Their first job is to do their job, and their second job is to keep their job. They need to focus intently on not only getting the job done, but about taking efforts and giving energy into the notion of what keeps you in the job. Over the last 30 years or so, I've found 8 things that do work, and that's why I'm here to share them with you. Now, before we go into the 8 elements that I want to share with you, I have to first give you a framework, a context in which to really understand them, because if you do, you will appreciate their power. I have learned that job security is a matter of having a perception of value to those who make the decisions about whether or not you can keep your job. It's so important, I'm going to repeat that. Job security is a matter of having a perception of value to those who make the decisions about your career. The perception of value. Now, those words are pretty simple. Perception means having an appearance. Value to an employer is a matter of 3 critical parts. Value means, do you help bring in revenues? Do you help secure relations? And do you help polish reputation? Those 3 interests in business are the things that you'll be judged on. Revenues, relations, and most importantly, reputation. You will see that of each of the 8 elements, each of the 8 methods that you can use to keep yourself employed and employable, they all focus on perception of value. Let's go ahead with the 8 right now. First, be vigilant about your appearance. Those of us who get a little older sometimes get a little grayer, sometimes gain a little weight, sometimes don't stand up as straight. Just because nature has these effects on you doesn't mean you have to cooperate with nature in that process. In fact, you can walk a little extra, you can take up yoga, you can get a little extra sun and sleep, and you can maintain an appearance, a perception of vitality. I myself took up yoga a few years ago and have found it to be very helpful in these ways. Don't forget, perception means appearance. Appearance of vitality will help you. So first and foremost, be vigilant about your physical appearance in a reasonable way. Secondly, keep yourself tech savvy. Those of us who were born 50, 60, 70 years ago sometimes feel befuddled, confused, when we're dealing with software, when we're dealing with all sorts of technical matters. I will tell you that's an appearance of someone who's sort of outmoded or over the hill. It's important to try to keep yourself tech savvy. People are sometimes surprised that I, in my 60s, have videos on YouTube and I'm on LinkedIn and all those other things. Well, I spend a lot of time and energy keeping myself tech savvy, and you need to do so too. You might need to hire a 15-year-old to be your tutor. It doesn't make a difference. Keep yourself tech savvy to keep up your appearance of knowledge. Third, seek situations where you can have greater proximity to revenue. Don't forget, there is a matter of keeping yourself near revenue, relations, and reputation as to value. So if there are projects, if there are things going on in your organization that involve revenue production, get involved with those things if you can, because you're least likely to lose your job. And if you do, you're most likely to get another one, because every organization needs revenue, just like you and I need oxygen. Fourth, build and maintain relations that you have developed in your organization and outside your organization. Make sure you're involved in trade organizations. Make sure you keep in touch with old customers. Relationships are very, very important to organizations, and you should not, in fact, let them fall fallow. There's an old childhood saying, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. Relationships are what business is made of, and they can keep you employed and employable. Spend some extra time in maintaining and building relations. Next, it's important that fifth, that you yourself involve yourself, if you can, in critical long-term projects and programs at your organization. This is a matter primarily of relationships. If you're needed by someone who needs to complete a 3 or 5 year project, you probably will keep your job for that long. So if you have the opportunity, seek out these programs that are longer term and get yourself involved with them. It's a matter of relationships. Sixth, be a reputation enhancer for your organization. Write an article and submit it to publication, to a trade publication. Consider a TV appearance. Consider in some way doing things that will help your organization polish up its own perception in the marketplace, which we call reputation. Of all of the 3 interests, revenue, relations, and reputation, reputation is the most valuable of all of those 3 interests to an organization. Seventh, play your strong card, which is experience. You know, in the corporate world, there's a saying, if you have a crisis, call in the gray hairs. Because chances are, if they've been around for 20 or 30 or 40 years, they've seen a similar crisis and they know how to handle it. Get yourself out there, perhaps be a mentor to younger people, perhaps share experiences that you've had in the past and how success was achieved when it looked like all was going to fail. Don't be afraid to share experiences and stress the fact that you have experiences that others don't. At the same time, don't always look backward. Lastly, the 8th way of keeping yourself employed and employable is to look beyond the horizon to the future and be someone who thinks about, acts on, and has a sense of what the next big wave might be in your industry or your profession. The future is coming at us. It's important that you be viewed as someone who's thinking about and can adapt to that future. Now, these 8 ways of keeping yourself employed and employable, not everyone can do all these 8 things. What you can do is think about where you can possibly put some time and effort into these things. If you can do 2, fantastic. If you can do 4, even better. Very few people can do all 8 of these things. But to the extent you can spend some time and energy on these ways to keep yourself employed and employable, you will reduce the chances of losing your job and at the same time increase your chances of finding a new job because you can bring in revenue, or you have relationships in your industry, or you are known as a reputation enhancer. So, Job security is a matter of having a reasonable confidence that if you lose your job, you can get a new one fairly soon. So, these are ways to keep yourself employed at present, and if it should happen that you are among a reduction in force, you can get another job. So, like I said earlier, job security is keeping your job, and if need be, getting ways to make sure you can get reemployed. So, I hope you find these 8 ways among those that you can find a few of them at least, that you can help yourself and do these things. Over the 30 years, my clients have in fact found these to be effective ways of dealing with being over 50. Our blog site, skloverworkingwisdom.com, offers many videos and articles, questions and answers, all sorts of great information that you can use to stand up for yourself at work. We invite you to come visit it. We even offer model letters you can use to write things, or letters or memos to help yourself. We're dedicated to your success. For 30 years, this is what I've been doing for people all over the world, executives, professionals, and managers. And now our blog site is designed and intended to help you do this for yourself. This is our gift in effect to you, and hopefully you will take advantage of it. Again, I'm Al Sklover. This is Sklover Working Wisdom, the blog site. We thank you for watching. We hope you'll come back and visit and recommend us to your friends and probably more importantly, your children. Thanks so very much.